Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Customs. Today I'm sharing with you a Jessica Rabbit premium format statue that I converted into a French Maid outfit. Now, I had this broken statue and I really wanted to convert her into something different than what I previously did. I did Jessica Rabbit as a Wonder Woman, I did Jessica Rabbit as a Dark Phoenix, and I did Jessica Rabbit as a Playboy Bunny. Now, on this one, I really wanted to have a lot of fun. I wanted to have a little play with her, and I did a lot of research on Jessica Rabbit's drawings and stuff, and I never really came across anything that was like exciting. But I saw this one little drawing, but it was very small. But the idea was that Jessica was in a French Maid outfit. And I said, hey, that would be kind of cool. And I thought it would work really good. So after a little tweaking and looking and trying to figure out how I can do it, I came up with the idea that this is going to work and I'm going to make the French Maid. Now, she didn't have the base when I got her, and so what I did was I created another base for her, generic, and I put a checkered floor on there because I figured that would kind of work good with her. And I'm going to explain everything on how I did it all, but I ran into some problems, but I talked to the seamstress that I asked to do a couple items for me, and she helped me out with the ruffle underneath, and I'm going to get in closer and everything. But I wanted to give her, like, you know, a shiny, latexy feel. I didn't want to go like silk. I wanted to really make her pop a lot more. And I like the whole idea of black and white with the red hair because I didn't want to do any of the purple stuff because I thought it would really look cool. And I think it would be kind of like a fun idea that Jessica's in a French Maid outfit. I don't know. I just hopefully you guys like the way it came out. But you know, I changed up a things here and there. So we're going to get a little bit closer and we'll explain everything. So I can give you guys an idea and just go from there. So, she's painted up in Garage Kit flesh tones. I did all the flesh all over the body. And each arm is actually magnetized in and out because it was easier this way. You know, because I could put this in and this one magnetizes as well. Now, I wanted to give her the French Maid, but I wanted to actually give her something that was kind of cool. So what I did was, in this hand, after I broke it and tweaked it, I sculpted a piece of wood here, and then I found some feathers at a local store, and I gave her a little duster. You know, I figured that would be kind of cool to give her a little duster and everything. So I said, okay, that would work. So then I was trying to figure out how to do the outfit. So I looked on a couple things, and I figured, well, it would be kind of cool if this, you know, goes up high, but it gives her a little bit of a ruffle up top. So I sculpted that in myself, and then I painted it in white with some interference blue to make it silky. Now, I wanted to make her sexy, so I gave her a nice black choker, and then I put a little gem in there as well. I thought that would be kind of cool. You know, give a little bit more for her and everything. And I gave her a little bit more shadowing in the skin tones. I really wanted to make that pop a little bit more. And then I sculpted a little hat for her. So I looked online about a couple hats. So I couldn't really come up with a really good one, and I really didn't want it. So I kind of came up with a middle grade of a couple hats. So I gave her this little French Maid hat. I thought that would work pretty good. Now, I know her hand went in back of her head. At first I had the hand in front of the body, like around her cleavage coming down here, and I was going to have her holding like a rag, but after a lot of tweaking it wasn't working, so I figured let me re-break it and tweak it like she's fixing her hat instead this time. So I thought that would be pretty cool. Now, I asked the seamstress if she could make me a nice little silky apron on her, so this way I wouldn't have to sculpt that. So that's kind of like the premium format part there, which is kind of cool. But we'll get down a little bit more to the skirt and everything. So as I sculpted the skirt, I was trying to sculpt the ruffles underneath, and it wasn't working out, and I wasn't liking it, and I just didn't like the way it was coming out. So I asked the seamstress, I said, do you know what that stuff is, and is there any kind of fabric or felt I can shove underneath there and glue at the end to make it look pretty cool? So she told me that there's a stuff called French Ruffle, and I said, well, that would be great. So I made up a pattern of how it would work, and what she did is she made me up a pattern, and then at the end, I basically glued it in at the end. So as you can see, this is what the ruffle she gave me. It was a nice long strip, which is really cool, and it was like, this is exactly what I wanted it to look like at the end, and it just came out better than I expected, because I think if I sculpted it, it probably wouldn't have been as cool. But what I did sculpt all this in here around. So I made this like a flowing skirt, and I wanted to make it look a little anime too, you know? So this way it kind of comes up here and you can kind of see her booty underneath. So we'll get down a little bit closer for that. So, as you come down, You could kind of see her little booty underneath, but not much. So it's kind of like hidden, but it's kind of sexy in a way. You know, so you could go under here and look all around it, and it came out really good. I liked it. You know, so what I did is I kind of glued it all in at the end and everything, so it worked out good. Now, I was thinking of asking the seamstress to do me like one of these leg pieces, but the problem was, is as I was doing some stuff and trying to figure out how to get that on with like maybe like a Velcro, it's just that the leg is thick and then it goes thin, so I think no matter what I did, it would just keep falling. So I figured, let me sculpt it myself. So I sculpted it myself, and then I painted the white with the interference blue to make it silky. So that's what I ran with there. And then as for the shoes, I just gave her a nice, you know, glossy black shoes. And I figured, you know, a nice checkered glossy board would work good. I think it's just a nice black and white type outfit piece. Everything works good. And I just had some fun with it. So that's the cool thing about this piece. It's just a what if Jessica wore a French Maid outfit in my vision. So, and that's what I ran with. So let's go back a little bit more. I know Jessica has like a light blue or kind of like a bluish eyeshadow, but I like giving her purple. I think it's a little bit more sexy. Let's go back a little bit more here. So the gloves and the shoes are gloss black, and then I glossed them up even more. And the same thing with the leg piece and the choker. Now for her outfit though, I did the same process, but before I glossed it, what I did was I hit it with a little bit of interference blue. So her outfit actually reflects a little bit of a blue tint more than the rest of her outfit, because I figured that would kind of make the outfit stand out a little bit more. So that's what I ran with there. And then put the gem inside the choker. I thought maybe like a nice diamond, you know, choker would be kind of cool. I thought about putting like a white piece or something, but then I'm like, that's too much of like a priest look, or you know, I just wanted to get something like a little bit sexiness to her. So that's kind of what I ran with. And that is Jessica Rabbit as a French Maid. Hopefully you guys like the way she came out. I had a lot of fun, a lot of tweaking and learning, and just kind of, you know, as I'm working on her, I'm coming up with ideas to make this like my vision of like mixing and matching a lot of different pieces of statues, of drawings type stuff. I mean, you know, just looking at French Maid outfits, you know, the ones that they use for Hollywood, just old school stuff, and just having fun with it. And I just wanted to give her some stuff. So now, if you have the, you know, when you get her with the exclusive, or not the exclusive, you get the penguin, right? So now, when you put the penguin next to her, he's like, holy hell, look at that, you know? So it works a little bit funnier now, because now you got the penguin that actually has the whole entire, you know, waiter type outfit, and then you got Jessica as a French maid. Now I know the bases don't match, but I'm not really focusing on the penguin. I just wanted to focus on Jessica and everything, so I figured that would work out better. But that's just kind of how I came up with that. So that's kind of cool. And you just got a nice Jessica Rabbit as a French maid. Hopefully you guys like the idea, and I always like to think outside the box, you know. I like the idea of taking a statue and just doing a what if, running with it. You know, I don't know if people would like the idea of French maid, but I thought maybe it would be kind of cool, you know. Maybe it's pretty sexy. And there you go. That is Jessica Rabbit. So basically at the end of the project, after I painted her all up, the hair was actually separated, so I actually glued the hair in at the end. Since the hands are magnetized, that was easy. So basically the hardest part, the two hardest parts actually, were painting up the shoes, because you don't have a lot of room to mask, so that was a little difficult. But got that done, and then just making sure that as I have her upside down and tucking in the ruffle with glue, that I didn't get any glue anywhere else, and I did it very slow, and I made sure the glue dried, and I didn't want to, you know, ruin it and everything. So that's what I went with. So hopefully you guys like the way she came out. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time when I come up with some more projects.